Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the sSEC NCAA 2025 selection show. I'm your host, Ezeco. We've already taken a look at the East region and the West region, and if by this point you're still watching the video and you're confused, I want to reiterate this is not real college basketball. This is not the real SEC. This is a simulation sports platform. You can check us out at simulationsports.net. We do simulated sports on a custom coding. We do college and professional basketball, football, and hockey. Come check us out, hang out in the Discord, see what everything's really about. But for this, we are checking out the South region of our 2025 NCAA Tournament. We've already done the East region and the West region. If you're interested in those videos, go check them out. But let's take a look here at the South region. Again, here's how it's all going to shake out in the end, and how brackets really work. So let's go ahead and dive right into the South region. Your number one seed for the South, this is going to be your 3 overall seed, but your number one in the South is going to be Jacksonville. 28-3, won their conference, the A-Sun, extremely strong team. They've been a top 10 team all season and have really moved their way up from, I think they were ranked 8 for the longest time and whittled their way up to a top 4 team this season. And winning that conference propelled them into a number one seed for them. So that is great for them. Congratulations to Jacksonville. The 16 seed they'll be taking on is VMI, the Virginia Military Institute. Be an interesting matchup there, but I expect Jacksonville to take it no problem. Your 8 seed, your 8-9 matchup, 8 is going to be Duke. Duke had a very strong showing, 22-8. Fell out in the semifinals of the ACC, if I remember correctly. Or no, I'm sorry. I think they made it all the way to the finals before they fell. Very strong season for them from the middle on. Kind of maybe a little bit of a struggle in the early, but the second half of the season really propelled them forward. That's been great for them. They'll be taking on the 9 seed Dayton, the Flyers, 25-6. So that'll be an interesting matchup with the Double Ds. Your 5-12 matchup here, number 5 is going to be Fresno State at 25-6. Really having to make a move out here from California to the south, but hey, what can you do without having to move people around seed lines? And they'll be taking on the 12 seed Delaware State at 25-6. Delaware State, I believe, won their conference as well. Very strong showing from them this season. Kind of flirting around that top 40, top 30 range. I think at one point they maybe even made a top 25 appearance, at least in my poll. But that is going to be a very good, very interesting matchup. This is another one that I would kind of be on your watch out for your 5-12 upset. Your 4 seed is going to be Troy at 28-3, and their 13 seed they'll be taking on is going to be Kansas at 18-12. Both teams had strong seasons, and I know saying that Troy is 28-3 and Kansas 18-12, but Kansas plays in a much tougher conference than the Big 12, which has some of the best teams in the country. So I think both teams have been very strong this season. Kansas surging, probably at just the right time. So I kind of edge towards Kansas here. But that is your top half of the bracket for the South region. Again, Jacksonville, your number 1 seed here, your 3 overall. Taking the title here in the South region. So let's take a look here at the bottom bracket. Your 6th seed is going to be Illinois at 21-10. Illinois been very strong all season. Their record doesn't really show the kind of struggle that they've had to go through this season. One of the toughest schedules in the entire country, and they have handled it very well and really kept themselves in the top 25 despite being 21-10. They are a very strong team, very dangerous. The 11 seed they'll be taking on is Southern Miss at 22-9. So that'll be a very good matchup for Illinois to continue to test themselves. I hope they haven't done too much damage with such a strong schedule that they run into a strong team like Southern Miss that's going to derail the rest of their season. Your 3 seed is going to be Tulane at 26-4. Another strong team, really been in that top 10, top 15 discussion all season long. They are a very good, very strong team. The 14 seed they'll be taking on is UTEP, 20-11. I believe the lone Conference USA bid here as they take the Conference USA Championship and make their way into the NCAA Tournament this season. Number 7 is going to be Florida Gulf Coast, a very interesting team who has been at that edge of the top 25 all season, 28-5. So it's been very interesting to watch them. And I'll be very interested to see how they'll do in the tournament with the 10 seed that they match up in St. Peter's. And St. Peter's has also been in pretty much the same occupied slot as Florida Gulf Coast. Both of these teams are very similar. The records aren't really showing this, but they're very similar in that they have been strong teams in weaker conferences, so their records are a little bit skewed for how well they have done. So this is going to be a very good matchup and a very interesting one to watch how it's going to shape the rest of the tournament. The 2 seed here in the South is going to be Kentucky at 29-4. Kentucky, you're taking 3rd place in the SEC, but then winning the SEC tournament over Florida, taking their 2nd SEC championship. I may have a little bit more notes on them because they're my team. But at the 15th seed they'll be taking on is Morehead State at 17-13, an in-state kind of rivalry here. These teams have already played this season, so this will be interesting to watch the matchup again. But Kentucky taking on Morehead State. And that is your South region as well. So these are a little bit wrong, obviously. Let's back up here a little bit. I want you to get, so number 1 seed here in the South is going to be Jacksonville taking on VMI. Your 8 seed is Duke taking on Dayton. Fresno State is your 5 taking on the 12 Delaware. Your 4-13 is Troy and Kansas. And let's just jump through here again. Your 6 is Illinois taking on Southern Miss. 3 is Tulane taking on UTEP. 7, Florida Gulf Coast taking on 10 St. Peter's. And the 2-15 is Kentucky and Morehead State. Guys, it wouldn't be an SEC show or series without some sort of mistake, as you can see here. But I appreciate you sticking with me. That is the South region. Again, we've already done the East and the West, so go check out those videos if you're interested in those brackets. We'll have another bracket coming out here shortly with all of the teams, but there's one more region to go. So if you are looking for that one, stick around. It'll be up soon.